Nagbabalik ang PTV special coverage selecting the 26th Chief Justice. Dumako ulit tayo sa Korte Suprema para sa pagpapatuloy ng public interview kay Justice Jose Reyes Jr.
Actually, what
to implement to address this problem. And corollary to that is also the complaint against high fees. Will you be amenable to recommending to the bank moderating the reducing the filing fees to a reasonable amount?
actually, Your Honor, lately this has been the subject of discussion, Your Honor, meaning with respect to a little reduction or perhaps giving appropriate discounts, especially involve those cases involving corporate commercial courts where the filing fees are very high. What we can probably do is maybe instead of giving discounts, you can have partial payment of filing fees if the amount is so large. Your Honor, a couple of years ago, there was a proposal to adjust the filing fees of our courts several years ago, but I think that was deferred. But there was a plan to allow the filing of docket fees by installments. And perhaps, Your Honor, we can revive that. I can revive that particular scheme where we can allow partial or payment by installment of docket fees. And computerization, Your Honor, I think in the lower courts, payments of filing fees are done through computerization, Your Honor.
Does your religious belief and moral values affect your judgment as a person and even as a magistrate?
I believe, Your Honor, my religious beliefs, my religiosity has helped me a lot in pursuing my career in the judiciary, Your Honor. Meaning, by religiosity, it's my love for God and my love for country. You know, as a member of the Knights of Columbus, we have always been taught about the two basic commandments, Your Honor, love of God and love of neighbor. So I have no problem with, continuing with my beliefs, my religiosity being God-fearing. In fact, Your Honor, it has helped me a lot. And I would not be here, Your Honor, if I did not believe in faith, in God, Your Honor.
In Bali, Indonesia, there is a proposed legislation to ban premarital sex. If the same law is adopted in the Philippines, as a magistrate, would you consider that constitutional or unconstitutional?
Well, Your Honor, a relationship between a man and a woman should end with marriage, Your Honor, meaning even as an individual, Your Honor, I would not allow a relationship that is not based on law, even moral or civil law, Your Honor, and canon law. So it may not be appropriate, Your Honor, or it may not be legal to have a relationship without the benefit of a blessing or without a benefit of compliance with the law, Your Honor.
So, in that sense, if that kind of a law is passed by Congress in the Philippines, banning premarital sex, and a petition is filed before the Supreme Court, will you vote to strike down that law as unconstitutional?
Well,
or constitutional?
It will be premature
Hypothetically, just for purposes of academic discussion.
if it's really unconstitutional. I mean, if it violates the law of the land, then it would certainly be
Is
unconstitutional.
there a provision of the Constitution you can think of that will be violated or that will protect premarital sex?
Right now, Your Honor, I have no idea if there's, but as far as the family code is concerned, Your Honor, the family code protects marriage, Your Honor, meaning as an institution.
Is premarital sex,
No.
to your recollection, between two consenting unmarried adults violative of the revised penal code or any special law for that matter?
No, I would say it's violative of moral law, Your Honor, meaning it's law and morals. Well, if two consenting adults live together, then it may either constitute perhaps adultery or concubinage, whatever be the meaning, depending on the circumstances, Your Honor. If they are not married, then perhaps it would
But
be.
offhand, you cannot think of any provision of the revised penal code that punishes
Premarital sex, Your Honor.
premarital sex.
No, it's simply adultery, Your Honor, and concubinage.
Both unmarried
Yes,
couples.
because that would be, well, for me, Your Honor, as a Catholic, it's immoral for two people to engage in premarital sex, Your Honor.
All right, that's the last of my question. Thank
Thank
you and good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Justice Tian. Judge Ilaw.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Justice Mendoza. Yes, good morning, Justice Joey Reyes.
Good morning,
Can I
Your Honor.
call you Joey?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you were awarded most active officer in college. Could you tell us about this award?
That award, Your Honor, was given when I was in the College of Art and Sciences, Your Honor. I was very active as president of the Political Science Club or Association, Your Honor. So that earned me the award as the most active officer that year, Your Honor, as president of the Political Science Club, because at that time, the Political Science Club was the right arm, meaning it was we have the Student Council, and the Political Science Club or Association was the shall we say, the right arm of the Student Council, Your Honor. And I was very active then as an officer, as president of the club.
How about this one Medrano Service Award?
This is for, Your Honor, this is for 25 years of service in De La Salle as a faculty, Your Honor. I was given that award for teaching for 25 years. That's in De La Salle. In fact, Your Honor, just the other day, I received a service award for 40 years of service to the LaSallian education. So 40 years as a part-time instructor, Your Honor.
So, most outstanding part-time faculty,
In 1 year, Your Honor.
De La Salle University. And you're teaching what subjects in La Salle University?
For many years, Your Honor, I've been a member of the commercial law department, and we handle legal management students, Your Honor. So we teach the common law subjects in the undergraduate, Your Honor. We have obligations and contracts, partnership and corporation, and then we have sales, agency, and the law on negotiable instruments, Your Honor. These are the common subjects. But in legal management, Your Honor, I taught civil procedure, civil law and procedure in the legal management, Your Honor, because legal management is a pre-law subject. So there are more law subjects in legal management than in the usual Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration. So since LaSalle offered legal management, we've been handling, me and my other colleagues there, been handling, teaching the regular law subjects that were, or that are usually also offered in the College of Law, Your Honor. But of course, hindi ho yung, it's not so really, it's not very intensive, Your Honor. We just give them a little of everything.
What's next? Part-time member of the judiciary or the court? How often do you go abroad?
No, how often do I teach?
Go abroad.
Oh, when there is training of the Knights of Columbus, maybe twice a year, Your Honor, and we have the convention of the Knights of Columbus, Your Honor. And usually, my trip covers only about 7 to 8 days, Your Honor. And I usually avail of my the usual leave, or if I have my the wellness leave, Your Honor, which is 15 days, I usually utilize that, Your Honor. And the expenses that we incur in traveling, Your Honor, is paid for by the Knights of Columbus in the United States. And I want to assure Your Honor that court work is not prejudiced during my absence, Your Honor.
What is your present caseload? 976?
In the Supreme Court, Your Honor?
Yes.
I believe so, Your Honor.
How about your average monthly disposition?
On the average, Your Honor, should be about, including, because we have the full-length decisions, and we have the signed and unsigned resolutions, and then we have also minute resolutions, Your Honor. Altogether, with respect to full-length decisions, we come up with at least an average of about 15 cases. If we sum up, like if we sum up my decisions from January of this year up to August, there are times when I dispose of decisions full length, an average of 20 or even sometimes 25, Your Honor. So, but if we equalize them, Your Honor, probably it would average about, including the signed or the minute resolutions, Your Honor, maybe about 20 to 30 cases, Your Honor. This would include our resolutions of new petitions, which we act expeditiously by dismissing them or denying them.
All right, records on hand that there is the gross neglect of duty filed by Attorney Dennis C. Pangan Jr. And this was case against you. It was dismissed, but reminded to meticulously supervise staff in the preparation of the decision to avoid recurrence of the same incident in the future. Could you briefly explain this administrative case filed against you by a certain Attorney Dennis C. Pangan Jr.? This may be on the December 23, 2008, which must be a
2000,
long time ago, but it still appears on record.
it was filed against me, Your Honor,
Yes, please.
in
2008.
2008. All of, well, this must have been filed while I was in the Court of Appeals. But all of my pending cases there, Your Honor, have been dismissed.
Yeah, there's no quarrel about this. That has been dismissed. But you were reminded to meticulously supervise staff in the preparation of the decision to avoid recurrence of the same incidents in the future.
Well, Your Honor, if there was such a directive, Your Honor, I believe I have been very meticulous in supervising my staff in the Court of Appeals and, Your Honor, and even here in the Supreme Court, Your Honor. I have been meticulously supervising, especially my lawyers, in the drafting of reports, Your Honor, to avoid being sued administratively, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I cannot recall the facts of that case, Your Honor, but if there was indeed such a directive, Your Honor, I assure you that I have been very meticulous in resolving cases and seeing to it that there will be no impropriety, Your Honor.
All right, likewise, there is quite a discrepancy in your cash deposit declaration in your 2018 SAL end, 900,000. And your PDS is about 5,796,408 by almost 5 million pesos. Could you explain this discrepancy?
Well, that includes, Your Honor, my real property assets, Your Honor. The total in my SALN of 2018, that includes real property and personal properties, Your Honor. So that's the reason why it went up to 5 million, Your Honor.
All right, let's go to another point. What did you learn in law school subjects or subject that has proven to be least useful?
Well,
Even teaching law subjects.
I've
And you've been
always,
also a law student.
well, my primary interest, Your Honor, was in legal ethics and judicial ethics. That was my primary concern then. I took that subject
Legal ethics is not useful.
No, it is useful, Your Honor. I thought I didn't get it right, Your Honor. I found legal ethics very useful.
Now the question is, what are the subjects proven to be least useful?
At that time, Your Honor, we had legal accounting at that time, Your Honor. We had legal accounting of 1 unit at that time in San Beda, Your Honor, in law school. So it wasn't really so serious in the sense that the treatment of the subject was so light, Your Honor. I'm sure we all have in San Beda took up legal accounting. And then the treatment was, we meet only once a week because it's a 1 unit subject. So the treatment was very light, Your Honor. So we didn't really benefit so much from that subject, Your Honor. That's legal accounting of one unit, Your Honor. I don't know if it's still offered now, Your Honor, but during our time, we had one unit of legal accounting. As a matter of fact, I remember Professor, I forgot his name. He was the one handling legal accounting. Kyoge, Your Honor, Attorney Kyoge was the one.
Kyoge of Funeral Parlor.
He was the one handling, although he, no, hindi ho, he's not connected with the funeral parlor, but Attorney Kyoge was a very good professor, except that he actually also handled taxation, Your Honor. But he was assigned to teach legal accounting, and he just treated it lightly because it's only one unit, Your Honor. So it didn't really help us so much, Your Honor.
But when you become Chief Justice, you will become the leader of the entire judiciary, a co-equal branch of the government. And all employees of all courts, from the Supreme Court to the lowest court in the farthest island, will look up to you. How would you describe yourself as a boss and a leader?
Well, a compassionate one, Your Honor, and showing my love for them. In this way, Your Honor, when Justice Macasiar became Chief Justice, Your Honor, all benefits as a sign of compassion and love for the benefit for the lowly rank and file employees, not only in the court but even in the provinces. He made sure, Your Honor, that all benefits are transmitted to the local employees first before we receive our benefits, Your Honor, here in the Supreme Court. So that was how he loved so much the rank and file employees in the provinces. So I would like to emulate that and follow the same procedure by giving the benefits first to the employees in the provinces, Your Honor, showing compassion and probably a little bit of humility and addressing whatever problems they have, Your Honor.
And what excites you most about this position as Chief Justice of the Supreme Court?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I wouldn't say excite, but I would say that it's a challenge. It's challenging, it's more challenging to me to lead. As much as I had a chance to lead organizations like the Knights of Columbus, where before I had the opportunity to lead 122,000 members in the Luzon North, Your Honor. I have managed to be humble. I've managed to be compassionate. I managed to motivate, Your Honor. So I think it's, aside from compassion, perhaps, Your Honor, I would be motivational, meaning I can go to the provinces and motivate the working men and women in the provinces, in the different courts, motivate them to work seriously, work compassionately, Your Honor, loving their jobs. So part of my task probably, Your Honor, is to motivate. After all, a leader should learn how to motivate his followers or his employees, Your Honor. So that is one thing that I would probably do if selected as, if nominated, and if appointed later on as Chief Justice, Your Honor.
All right, my last question will be, if you were a car, what type would you be? Are you fond of cars?
You mean a fancy car or a useful car?
Whatever
Your-
car.
Not necessarily the brand, Your Honor.
The brand.
I would probably be using a Toyota Vios, Your Honor.
No, the
Which is-
question is what type would you be?
What type?
Not using it.
What type would it be not using it, Your Honor?
If you were a car, so what type would you be?
A sedan?
Why?
Because it's small and I can move easily, Your Honor, because it's a small car.
Small car.
Yeah, a sedan, Your Honor.
And what's your height?
5'10" and a half, Your Honor.
All right.
Because I have tried Vios, Your Honor, I can easily move, meaning move it back and I could easily fit in.
So way back in the school, you had driven Volkswagen.
No, Your Honor. I only started to drive in 1983, Your Honor. I was no longer in law school. The best that I could use then was a jeepney, Your Honor, in Sampaloc. So I didn't have a car at that time. But my first car was a Mitsubishi Mirage, Your Honor, which is a small car. And I used it for many years, despite my height, Your Honor. Very comfortable.
Okay, thank you. That was my last and final question. Thank you and good luck, Justice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Judge Ilao. Justice Reyes, good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
I have read few of your ponentias. Now, in what case did you demonstrate your judicial philosophy? What is your justification for your judicial philosophy?
Well, basically, Your Honor, my judicial philosophy is to adhere at all times to the rule of law, and the Constitution, Your Honor. And I have actually demonstrated this, Your Honor, in one new case that the court has decided, Your Honor. Although this is the case of PhilSat, Your Honor. I'm sure a lot of us are aware of the Philippine law school admission test, Your Honor. So in deciding that case, I was guided no less than by the Constitution, because the issue of the constitutionality of PhilSat was raised, Your Honor. So we managed to declare portions of the law unconstitutional, Your Honor. But the PhilSat remains and continues with provisions wrong, or shall we say, we deleted provisions that are unconstitutional, but we proceeded with the remainder of the law, Your Honor. I'm sorry, I can discuss further if you would like, Your Honor, although this case has not really been officially released, because although it was approved September 10, the other members of the court have not really signed, although we have already resolved that, Your Honor.